It's me, Val Toxic Free. Welcome. So yeah, the question of today is how do narcissists and psychopaths and sociopaths deal with a pandemic? How do they cope with it? What do they do? I'm going to show you what they do and how they handle it. Let's watch this video. They spit on the buttons of elevators. Now, I don't know if they do have the virus. As you can see, this lady here, she looks like someone's mother. And she's spitting on all the buttons in the elevator. Whether she's got it or not, it's the intent. Now, she steps back at this point. She carries on coughing, apparently, which I read, so that when the person walks in through the doors, they get a face full of germs. This guy stands there, wipes all over the buttons with his saliva. Now, it's nice to see this one's protecting himself and others, but there we go. Saliva on the hand and wipe it up and down. This lady walks up to what looks like some kind of a mosque in China or Japan and spits all over the place, goes up to the door, as you can see, and then spits all over the door. This just absolutely amazes me as to what can happen. These people look like everyday people. They look like your mum, your sister, your granny, your uncle, your dad. See, psychopaths, sociopaths, let's just call them toxic people because they all come under the same umbrella. You can pass them in the street and you would not know the difference. And this pandemic, this virus, has brought out the bad in the bad and the good in the good. So you see, what will happen is with these people, they're a bit like the Chris Watts of the world. They're Chris Wattses, that's what you want to call them, where they act all normal and then they'll do something mad. But the difference is with these things, and the difference with these people is that they're actually doing something when they think no one else is looking. They don't realise they are actually being video recorded in the lifts and the elevators. So it's quite scary to think that these people walking into lifts doing that, spreading germs, whether they've got the virus or not, it's the intent. It's the control. It's the fact that this pandemic is out there and these kind of people are spreading it. They are causing more harm than good. They'll go home, cuddle their daughter, cuddle their grandkids, and hopefully not while the virus is on, obviously. But I see these people as being the covert psychopaths on the planet, the covert psychopaths in this world where if you're walking down the street and you're a psychopath, you might see a dog and you look around, no one's around, you kick the dog, don't you? Yeah. You might go and see a granny, might be an old folks home, carer, no one's looking, you pinch and you bruise the arm of an old lady. You might be 10 years old, you could take the wings of a butterfly, pull the wings off a butterfly. Hang on, yeah, that did happen. That was my sister in 1979. She did pull the wings off a butterfly. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to say, is that when they think that no one's watching, they release this inner hatred, inner bitterness, inner shame, whatever they've got inside their bodies, they release it when no one's looking. So this just proves to me, and to hopefully everybody watching this, that the amount of people that you think are normal on this planet, when there is something that they can control, when there is something that they can actually use against other people. See, the trouble is with these people as well, they don't actually have foresight. Now, the lady in the lift, she was coughing when people came in and she spread the germs all over the button. She actually got arrested. But you see, she didn't have any foresight. She thought that she was better than that. They think they can do these things and they haven't got the sense they're born with, because obviously nowadays the CCTV camera's just about everywhere. But it's just amazing how these people think they're not being watched. So I'm going to show you a clip of another lady.
She'll get arrested.
Yeah, I know.
She don't want to get arrested out here.
Now, as you can see, this lady's in a pool. And she was apparently moaning and shouting and complaining that she was having to isolate herself in her room, but there was no sun on the balcony. And she wanted to upgrade to a different room where she had some sunshine. so entitled and grandiose. Her pathology, her narcissism was grandiose. It's overt, whereas the other people in the lift to me are covert. She's screaming, she's shouting in the pool, she's swimming around. She's got half of the hotel watching her. She doesn't care. She just wants what she wants and she thinks she's entitled to it, whilst everybody else has to get stuck in their rooms. But this is the difference. Those people we can avoid. It's the people that are silently in the lifts, spitting on the buttons, and then going home to their family and acting like a normal person. It just shows that there's so many people out there, and these narcissists, these psychopaths and sociopaths are using this epidemic to release their anger, to release their hate, so that when they think they're alone, they spit on a handrail, they'll spit on a doorknob, they'll spit on the numbers on a lift. It gives them supply, it makes them feel happy, it gives them some control over other people. They go to bed at night and they get into bed and think, I've done a good job today, because they feel happy. See, if you're a covert psychopath or a covert narcissist, you go through the day hiding yourself, which must be exhausting. Oh, it must be so exhausting not being you. Being a real person is exhausting in its own way. But we're strong enough to deal with in everyday sort of situations where we don't hide. These people go through every single day pretending to be somebody they're not, so that when they're in a lift on their own and there's no one else around, they release their bitterness and their hate. But these things now are being seen. The amount of people that are involved with this pandemic, the amount of people that it's affecting around the world, everybody, every single person on this planet is now affected by this virus. And you will see the amount of hate, and you will see the amount of bitterness, and you will see the bad people being bad, and you'll see the good people coming out and helping neighbours and doing jobs for them. And if they're isolated, going around and talking to them through the windows and leaving bags of shopping. You'll see the goodness come out in the good, but you will also see the badness come out in the bad. And that's what's despicable about this planet. This need to hurt others, and this need to spit and to spread a virus that's killing people. And do they care? No. They don't give a shit. I woke up this morning, I had a bad sore throat and I've got a headache, which is why I'm a little bit more quieter than usual. And my mum at the moment, she has flu. Now I don't know what kind of flu it is. She doesn't have the symptoms. She has symptoms of flu, but she doesn't have the temperature. She did the other day, but that's gone. She doesn't have anything else that's really, the symptoms of corona, but she's very sick. And I went round to see her before, and she's been in a dressing gown. She's been in bed for 5-6 days, if not longer. If I knew that somebody was out there spreading germs on purpose, killing people on purpose, and wanting to kill people, which I find absolutely despicable, that's horrendous. They might as well just go around and shoot people in the head, because that's what these people are doing when they're spreading this virus. They don't care who it gets. They don't care. And that's just really what I want to say and I want to show you today, because that's been really bothering me, seeing these videos of people spitting all over the place, on door handles, handrails. What is it they get out of it? Well, us in this community tend to know that they get supply, they get this, they feed whatever it is, the hatred that's in their bodies, they feed themselves, they make themselves feel better, but they do it in private, or so they thought. But now there's cameras catching these people. There's many, many videos out there of people doing the same kind of thing, and we're catching them out. So when we go out and think that we're safe, we've got people doing stuff like that. I've just been uptown, and you would think it was Christmas Eve. The amount of people out, walking around, shopping, acting like there's nothing going on. We all need to pull together, and we all need to help. I've actually taken a day off work and cancelled my customers today because of how I felt this morning, because I don't want to spread anything more than, what I have to. Not that I have to spread anything, but you know what I mean. So that's all I wanted to show you and say, is that there's people on this planet who will hide their psychopathy, that will hide who they are, and they're out there, and now they're using this pandemic against people, and they're using this pandemic to feed their nastiness, their bitterness, their hate towards the world, and their shame towards themselves. And they're doing this, what they think is covertly, but we're catching them out. So please stay safe. Please be careful and self-isolate when you can. See you later. Bye.